Good morning, y'all. So what we're going to do today is make Chow Chow. And it's a great way to use the veggies at the end of the season. And it's how people kind of kept things going. It's such a great dish because you can put it over meat, lots of different things. But I wanted to show you all of the steps. So that's why I'm doing this without seeing me. So we could put our green tomatoes, onion, red peppers, and green peppers in our bowl here, our food processor, and I'm just going to click it a couple of times. And the reason they said it's good to do this is because it gives you very even cuts. And if I can get my onions cut, this dish is such an old recipe, and it's just famous for, especially in farm communities, to use everything. And this is the end of the season tomatoes, green tomatoes and onions. Let me get this off. Now, see how pretty that is, y'all? And so then you put it in a bowl and you sprinkle it with coarse kosher salt. And then we'll drain it. And what that will do is it'll keep it very firm and beautiful in your jars. So here you go. I'm sorry, I don't think I showed you that. I just sprinkled this with kosher salt. I put it in my bowl, sprinkled it with kosher salt, and here you go. Be back in a little bit. I'm going to let this sit now for several hours, and then I'll show you what we're going to do to finish making our chow chow. And this goes in your refrigerator. So if you don't worry about it. Make it like this. Okay. Hey y'all, so we're doing this video in little blurbs because I want y'all to see how to make this because it's just such a great recipe. So these are the green tomatoes, the peppers that Charlene gave me, the end of her, well, not really the end of her garden because she's keeping it going, but look how pretty it is. So I chopped them up, sprinkled them with that coarse salt, and let them sit for probably about 8 hours. You can do it overnight, which is really easy. And then you just drain it. So I'm going to drain it. And then you sprinkle it with water. So we'll do that. It gets off all that really coarse salt. But the salt makes all of the liquid come out of the veggies. So it'll make your chow chow nice and have a really nice texture. So I'm going to drain it, and then I'm going to kind of dry it a little bit, and then I'll show you the next step. Hey y'all, so here's our next step. So we're going to take 2 cups of vinegar and put it in our pan, and 1 cup of sugar, and put that in our saucepan. And ooh, sugar gone wild. Oh my goodness. Okay. If Nico would be here, he would think that's so funny. Okay. So that's kind of the ratio that, like, if I would have had 2 cups of vinegar, and this is going to be too much liquid for what I chopped up, but I'll save it and I'll actually make some more because I have some more tomatoes. And you want this to cook long enough for the sugar to melt. So I'm going to let this steam up a little bit, and then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of salt. Put that in there. And then here come the spices. They're a little unusual. We're going to use about 1/4 of a teaspoon of cloves and 1/4 of a teaspoon of allspice. Now, that's this recipe. It was my sweet friend Sue's mama's recipe. So, of course, it means so much to me because of that. But if you want to put some pickling spices in there, be sure to. It's just fine. And so then what we're going to do is, then the purpose of heating it up and adding your mixture, and I was going to show y'all, look how pretty this is. That's the reason that you want to make sure and use a red bell pepper, because it just gives it, and I used a yellow one too, look how pretty. And that does make a big difference in how pretty it is. And so what I'm going to do is stir this up. It's already melting. And then I'm going to add our Chow Chow ingredients. Now, I did not add cabbage or cucumbers, but you could add either one and or both. I think cabbage is really popular in this recipe because, cabbage just holds up so well. Now, I am going to have more liquid than I need, but that's just fine. We'll use it. So what you do is you just let this simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes, long enough for some of the recipes. I kind of researched it because this was the first time I've made this. I know that it's a recipe that's been around for years. The purpose of it is to use everything, and very farm to table popular and friendly. And so very popular in the Appalachian Mountains. I mean, this is just, it's called piccalilli, I believe, in England. But it's so good because you can use it on hamburgers or steak or baked chicken. It's just got so many uses. It's really good on beans. And this is my sweet friend Sue's mother's recipe. Now, some recipes call for pickling spices, but they suggest that you put the spices in a little bag and just put the bag in there because you don't want to see the spices because you don't want to think that it's like pickling. It's not pickling. It's chow chow. And really, if you're going to use a term, I think you would use the term relish, kind of like a green tomato relish. But, it's wonderful to fry green tomatoes, but unless you're having a big crowd, and Charlene has so many green tomatoes, then this is what you need. So you just heat it up long enough for the sugar. I would say just 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And I'll show you, because it's chopped as fine as it is. I used it in the food processor, which you saw. And one reason to do that is that so that the chops, all of the food will be even pieces, chopped evenly. So anyway, so they say to just cook it down until it's cooked. Now, I don't know that it needs to be cooked, but we'll be back. Okay, y'all, so here's our last step. Oh, I was going to tell y'all, the reason I have on my glasses is because this morning I was frying okra, or at noon, and you know how grease will pop? Well, one popped in my eye, so I wasn't about to put on any eye makeup. But anyway, it's okay, but I had to wear my glasses. So here is our chow chow. Look at this, y'all. Isn't it beautiful? So I told you that I thought I had probably put too much liquid in it because I was trying to guess that the recipe I had calls for more veggies, and I was kind of trying to guess. But what I'm going to do is, gosh, look at that, y'all, how pretty. So basically, then you just put it in your jar, and this is going to go in our fridge. It'll last a couple of months in the fridge. Now, if you're a canner, you can can it right now. But I'm not, so we're just going to put it in our jar. Use this. And then we'll have our chow chow. And it's getting a little bit of the liquid in it. You want a little bit of the liquid, just not a bunch. But man, look how pretty this is, y'all. So I've got a good bit more to put in there and train, but I thought you'd like to see it. So here you go, Miss Sue's Chow Chow. Bon appetit, y'all.